Hi, I'm Virginia Stockwell, and my channel is all about becoming a personal chef. So if you have any interest in becoming a personal chef, please subscribe. And today's question is, what's the difference between a personal chef and a private chef? So this is actually one of my pet peeves. When people call me a private chef, and they're wrong, I'm a personal chef. A private chef works for just one family or one individual, one couple, you get the idea. But they have one employer. A person has hired them, they pay them a salary, most likely benefits, they have set hours or perhaps flexible hours. It's all different for every private chef. They've negotiated some sort of contract with guidelines on how they're going to work. You'll work these hours, these days, you'll travel, you won't travel, etc. So in summary, a private chef works for just one family. Now a personal chef, which is what I do, works for numerous families. I have about 16 families right now. I charge by the package and I pay my own taxes. I'm an independent contractor. I'm not an employee of any of my clients. Probably if anyone ever asked me to become their private chef, I wouldn't do it because that's more like having a job. I'm tied to this one person and I like the flexibility of having a variety of people to cook for. So by having all these different people that I work with, then I'm in control of my own business. If someone happens to not work with me anymore, my business isn't going to fall. But if my one family that I'm working for falls as a private chef, then that's the end of my business. But as a personal chef with 16 families, if one person goes away, that's cool. I still have 15 more I can cook for. You have control over your hours. You can control how much you charge. And you can change it according to how you want to run your business. You can start charging new clients higher rates, however you want to run your business. Now the downside of being a personal chef is that there are no benefits. You don't have a 401k, you don't have health insurance, you have to go out and get private health insurance yourself or go through your spouse's account. Now besides a personal chef and a private chef, there's also catering chefs. So most likely a catering chef does parties or perhaps they do meal prep, but bottom line is that they have a commercial kitchen. With a commercial kitchen, you have added expenses of a lease. So you're paying rent every month and you have all these utilities, trash, electric, gas, water. You might pay a public space fee if you're in a place where there's a parking lot. There's often sort of a community fee that all the stores in a strip mall pay together to take care of the parking lot. There's extra insurance. Of course you'll have insurance as a personal chef, but with a commercial kitchen, you not only have to insure yourself and your workers, but you have to insure the space inside and all your equipment. And of course you have to fill your space with equipment, not just a stove or bowls and whisks and all that, but you also have to buy they have this overhead vent thing, and that can really run, it's like the price of a car. So if you have never outfitted a commercial kitchen, it's quite pricey. So I'm totally running off topic. All I'm answering here is the difference between a personal chef and a private chef, but I threw in, what's it like as a catering chef or a commercial kitchen chef. So that was just a quick answer to that question. If you have any questions, my email's below. I love answering questions about becoming a personal chef. Thanks for watching and you have a good day.